close the distance.
Yeah, Mike still has lead a little bit.
And that was a punish.
Wow.
He didn't have any EX bar to follow up.
Oh my God! Really? He just went in.
Yep.
He was actually full screen. He was like, you know what? Go for broke.
And Mike is talking the most furious jank right now.
Are you serious?
Hey guys, Born3 here. We are at Defend the North for another Fireside chat and Fight Stick side chat with Kami.
What's up?
UYU Kami. How you doing, man?
What's up? What's up? What's up? Born3. Big fan. Wait.
Big fan. So listen, where does that actually come from?
Big fan?
Yeah. Yeah, because so just to fill people in, whenever I met Kami, he did it to me the first time and I felt really good about it. And then I realized that he does that to absolutely everybody. And it's like a meme for him. And it's actually on his Twitter. Is it still on your Twitter?
It's in my Twitter bio. Yeah.
So where does that come from? Where did that come from?
I don't know. I feel like I started saying it because, like, you know, you ever ran into somebody and talked to them and, like, before they talk to you, like, if you're a pro player or they're not a pro player, they'll say, like, hey, you probably don't know me, but this is me, such and such. And, you know, I'm a big fan of you. So I started saying, like, big fan of everybody because I feel like it makes them feel better. Because I hate when people think negative about themselves, like, hey, I don't know you. Because, you know, a lot of people know a lot of the players, even though they aren't as known because they're on streams, they walk around. So I just say big fan to everybody. It's like an ego boost.
I started doing it myself, actually. I was doing it.
Yeah, it's a lot of people. There's a lot of people doing it now. Like the first person who did it to me was actually Tokido. Like I was doing it to Tokido so much. And then when I went to Evo Japan, he said it back to me. And I was like, damn. This is getting pretty far.
Yeah, you started something, and now it's out of control, which means it's not going to be fashionable anymore. Which means you're going to have to move on to something else.
Too many people saying it now.
Yeah, that sucks. All right, so UYU picked you up, right? So tell me about that. How did that happen?
I was streaming I was over at Punk's house, and we were streaming online. And Drew, I think he's like the co-owner of the team or whatever. Yeah, he was in a chat, and then he wanted to write me or I think Punk through Twitter. So he hit us like after the stream was over, like we went to sleep. When we woke up, and Drew and Punk was talking to each other, and he told Punk that he wanted to sponsor me, and so Punk told me or whatever, and then so I followed Drew and hit him up, and we started talking, and we just basic talk, and basically ended up sponsoring me or whatever.
Okay, so what is it like to be part of UYU? Tell me about it, because I've met them. I think they're really cool. And I genuinely see them acting like a family when they're together. I'm sure Evo's going to be an absolute riot. So tell me, what's been your experience?
Bruh. But
not quite. He's out of shot. He's out of shot. He's out of shot. Never mind.
Being a part of UYU is it's really cool and also really different because it's like a family. It's like a lot of people. It's a really diverse team. It's like there's Koreans, there's me, there's Tekken players, there's like Brian F. Like there's players from like everywhere. We have a player from damn, I don't want to get this wrong, but Fergus, I think he's from Ireland. I don't want to get that wrong. Yeah. I think he's from Ireland or whatever. Yeah, it's a really diverse team, and it's like we all come together as like a big family. It's like having a second family, like away from home. It's like when I'm at an event, I don't ever feel like I'm not at home.
And you know a lot of other players from other teams. Do you feel like it's very different?
Yeah. I feel like it's very different than other esports teams because I won't say like the actual esports team name, but a lot of esports team, like players don't get along with each other, but they're still on the same team. And they don't they won't like rooming together and stuff like that.
God.
Yeah. So everybody in UYU is like, they could do like random select, like you have a random roommate and it'll like all be good because everybody's so cool with each other.
Okay. That talks that, I mean, I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan of UYU. Okay, Akuma. So, who were you playing before?
Necalli.
That's right. Because I find Necalli, this is my opinion, I find him really boring, but Necalli haters are going to dislike my video now. But Akuma, you know, obviously I'm a big
See, it's addicting.
Fan.
It's addicting.
Oh, God.
Big fan. I'm telling you, it's ridiculous.
I like Akuma. So, what made you switch over to Akuma?
To be honest, I was playing Necalli, and Last year I had really good results. Well, I won't say really good. Like I never top 8'd a premier, but I top 8'd all the ranking events I went to, and I got like 17th at all premieres I went to, which that kind of sucks. Like always 17th at the end. I think a couple 25ths. But I find myself struggling in a lot of matchups, especially versus the top tier characters. Like Necalli all around is a really good character. He has like an anti-air, 2-3 frames. Yeah, command grab. But if you do make it to top 8, it's really hard to win because in top 8, it's most likely like Rashid, Ibuki, Cammy, Gao, like Akuma, and all those characters like beat him pretty bad or whatever. And not even just the top tiers. Characters like Chun-Li give him a lot of problems. It's like he's really good, but he's also really hard to win with. Like he's really easy to like make it out of pools because a lot of people, you know, they're scared of command grab, they don't block. But when you get to playing like better people, like for example, I played Tokido with Necalli, and it's like it was just so hard. It's like I couldn't get past the fireballs. Necalli doesn't have good neutral. Especially because his only ways to get in is dash or jump. So if the person has like good neutral, you most likely won't dash in, especially if they have a fireball. It's hard to dash in. You would jump, but they'll anti-air you, and your best bet is just whiff punishing. But it's hard to whiff punish with Necalli because it's more of just buffering. You're not actually doing it like, hey, I seen a person whiff a button, I'm gonna go back. It's more of just, I'm gonna just keep spamming this until I hit you. So and it got really boring to me. So I switched to Akuma. Most people think I switched to Akuma because Haitani switched to Akuma. So
they do? Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah, but it's actually not. I can see why they say that. Yeah, because I actually love Haitani. Like I don't ever talk to him really much at tournaments. But like I'm a big fan of his play, and especially his Necalli. But I started playing Akuma. I don't know if it was before him, but I was always messing with Akuma a little bit because I knew I wanted to switch away from Necalli to see how I could do better. So I was always watching a lot of Tokido and stuff. And at my local next level, I started getting better results with Akuma. So at the end of season 2 or 2.5, I was like at an arcade edition, I'm gonna just go full Akuma and see, like for a year at least, and see how good I could do with Akuma. And it's not going like too good. My results, if I played Necalli, would probably still be better. But you know, everybody starts off bad. Tokido's Akuma at first wasn't the best. Haitani's Akuma at first wasn't the best. So hopefully, you know, I'll turn around and start doing really good with it.
Yeah, I hope so. So do you stream a lot now?
I do stream.
I know you stream, but for UYU, do you have to stream a certain amount of time?
No.
Because a lot of teams have like, you know, you have to stream a certain amount of time a day or whatever.
I try to stream as much as possible, but streaming for me sucks because I don't have a PC or like a laptop or anything. So I stream off the PS4, and it's like, it's so boring. It's like, I be wanting to listen to music, but you can't listen to music. I don't have Nightbot. Even when you stream on PS4 for Street Fighter, you don't get to do certain features. Like, I can't make a battle lounge and invite somebody. No, I can't join a battle lounge if somebody invites me because it just turns off the stream completely. Then I have to restart the stream. It's so annoying streaming off the PS4. It's like, the people who stream off PS4 for Street Fighter are amazing because I definitely can't do it. It's so annoying, and I just hate streaming off PS4.
Yeah, that sucks. I have a lot of things to say about how Street Fighter 5 functions outside of the game, like in terms of the actual
it could be so much better
user experience. Yeah. All right. Well, talk to me a little bit about fighting games. Like, how did you get into fighting games?
I always played fighting. My first fighting game actually was Street Fighter 4. Always played like, you know, Mortal Kombat and stuff, but I never really took them serious. Like my first serious fighting game, I would say, was Street Fighter 4. It wasn't as serious as it is now. Like I didn't travel or anything. But I always played online, and I was kind of bad. My friend got me into it. He got me into Street Fighter 4. And I would always play online before school, after school. And one day I was playing a ranked match, and I ran into Smug. And it's like, before anybody knew Smug, his name was like NGB Roses. He had a horrible name.
Really?
Yeah. I ran into Smug online, and he cooked me. I was a negative B rank with like 1,000 player points. Anybody who plays Street Fighter 4 know like that's pretty bad if you're a negative B rank. And Smug was like a B plus or something like that. And he beat me really bad in a ranked match. And I sent him a message. I was like, hey, can you teach me or help me and stuff like that? And he sent me a friend request, messaged me back, and like we started playing more and more and more. Like, so Smug basically taught me how to play Street Fighter 4. Like, as he got better, I got better. Like, he became really big. He started traveling. But I always told him, I was like, yeah, I would never travel to an event. I'm not no nerd, this and that.
Yeah.
And yeah, so he kept traveling, and then I would just play with him online. And he helped me with a whole bunch of stuff, like option selects, anti-airing, like basically everything there is to know in Street Fighter 4. And then
Who were you playing in 4?
In 4, when I met him, I played Ryu, but he told me to switch. And then I switched to like, I went through a whole bunch of different characters. Yeah. And then I stuck on Cammy for 2012.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah. And then I went to like Oni and Ultra, but that's already when I was like somewhat good. Yeah. And I ran into Punk also in 2012 when like before anybody knew who he was or whatever. And Punk was like an A+ or whatever. And I added him. We did a team tournament. We all met. We met Punk through a team tournament because like everybody was talking crap online or whatever. Yeah. And we was like, yo, we would definitely beat them because it was a team called MMS. It was like me, Smug, a dude named Hyros, a couple other people. And we played against Punk and his friends. And I think we beat them or whatever.
Yeah.
And then I beat Punk in a ranked match. And then we just became cool or whatever or something like that. And he normally beats me. Like we would go to Endless and then he started beating me. I was like, damn, I definitely got lucky in ranked. So he started teaching me as well. So like Punk, I owe a lot to like Punk and Smug because if I didn't meet, well, especially Smug, if I didn't meet them, I probably wouldn't.
I'm really surprised to hear that. I did not know that you met Smug before you met Punk.
Yeah, I met Smug online, and then he came to like I met him in person at.
So the team tournament was in person?
No. It was online. It was a team tournament, a team battle on Street Fighter 4 online.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so the team tournament happened online. Who did you meet first in person? Was it Punk or Smug?
In person?
Yeah.
I met Smug in person first because he lives in Queens and I lived in New York. Like
I didn't know that. Yeah, I thought you lived down in Philly.
No. I just go to Philly a lot to hang with Punk and stuff. But I live in Brooklyn. Yeah.
Oh, you live in Brooklyn?
Yeah.
How do I not know this stuff? Like I always assumed like you and Punk would travel from Philly to New York because you're always together. At least I always used to see you together.
Yeah. No.
Did you just become good friends?
Yeah. The first time I met Punk was NEC last year.
Okay.
Yeah, but we was always so cool. Like I knew Smug and Punk maybe for like 7-8 years now.
Oh.
Yeah. But like, it's been a long time. I met Smug in person a while ago, and he told me to start coming to Next Level. He told me about Next Level. I would have never like looked it up. Yeah. So I came to Next Level. I met Smug, Sanford, and I got cooked. I went 0-2, and Yeah. So I started going more and more and more, but I never really took it serious. I couldn't go as much because I was still young and in school. So I remember one time I came home, it was like 3 a.m. because Next Level ends so late. Yeah, my dad was like, where the hell were you at? And I was like, I had no excuse. It was like, what was I going to say? School? Friends?
Oh, and you're in Brooklyn.
Yeah,
like, that's not even very, very far away.
So it was like anything I said was die because I definitely wasn't supposed to be coming home at like 3 a.m. So I couldn't get as good as I wanted to because I really couldn't go offline. Yeah.
Okay. So that was a really natural entry. Like you just played online and then you started talking to players. This is why, sorry, I have to say this, but like this is why I wish Street Fighter 5 had that ease of communication in the actual game, because that's a perfect example of expanding the community through that ease of communication. Because I doubt that you would have gone like, okay, let me try and find this guy on freaking Discord or where, you know, like it wouldn't happen.
I didn't even get Discord until I got sponsored by UYU because that's like their main form of
right. I mean, there's a million apps out there right now, but like it used to be in Street Fighter 4, you could just message somebody and be like, you know what, can we play some more or whatever, you know?
Yeah, I don't think it's Street Fighter 5 is what stops that, honestly. I think it's PS4 because on Street Fighter 5, most of the good people played on 360. And on 360, party chat was like a huge thing. Like it was like the best era for video games because it's like you invite your friends to party chat, you would all talk and play. Even if you didn't want to play, you would just hang in a party. It would be times like me, Smug, and Punk, like it's mad late at night and we aren't even playing Street Fighter 5. Like we're online in the endless lobby, but nobody ready's up. Like we're just there, like just all talking to each other. Yeah. And with PS4, it's more of like a I wouldn't call it a lonely system. You don't really talk to anybody. Like you'll go on, play ranked. It's like, okay, nobody's on, I'm done. Yeah. Like, you don't invite nobody to parties or anything like that.
Yeah, it's whatever. I'm gonna make a whole video about it. It doesn't matter, but it's to me, I think what happened was actually because they made it cross-platform, it made it even more difficult to to put in place a system whereby you could talk to each other.
Yeah.
Because once you do that cross-platform thing, it's like, well, how now I have to create a whole new system for messaging.
Even the people on PS3s, they didn't really like talk to each other or come together because like nobody really did. I don't even think PS2 didn't even have party chat back then. It was only game chat. That's why most people also came to 360 because it's like, why am I only in game chat with it? What?
Oh, well, anyway, we could talk about that forever, and I don't want to, but it is very interesting to understand how you got involved and how long you've known Smug and Punk, which is awesome. So let's talk about, I want to talk about a little bit about the sort of future, because I feel like Street Fighter 5 is what it is at the moment, and you either love it or you don't, you either accept it or you don't, and I used to ask people, what do you want to see happen? How do you want to see the game evolve? And I don't think it's going to evolve much. I don't think it's going to evolve much anymore. I think it is what it is. So I want to look a little bit to the future and ask you, you've played a number of fighting games. If there was a Street Fighter 6, they'd probably be planning it right now. So, maybe we could make a difference,
Yeah.
Are there things that you would hope for, in a new Street Fighter?
In Street Fighter 6, if there was a Street Fighter 6 or a new Street Fighter, I would want there to be the online to be way better, because right now
yes.
the online is horrible to where, as like in Street Fighter 4, if you only played the online, you could still be a killer. Like Smug was only an online player and he became a killer. But Street Fighter 5 is like, if you only play online and you take it offline, it's like completely different. And I also would want it to have an execution barrier, because I feel the combos is so easy. Like it's always just medium or medium heavy. It's too easy that anybody could do it. So most people don't think about your combos. It's like, okay, I hit this guy and I'm gonna knock him down and win. So, and nobody plays footsies. Like in Street Fighter 4, execution and footsies went like hand in hand. It's like, if I hit you with jab, I want to confirm it to like a sweep, knock you down, get my mix up going. And Street Fighter 5 is like, oh, I hit you with medium punch with Mika. I'm going to hit you with clap, throw you in a corner, and now you got to guess and guess and guess. And it's like, you have forever and a day to hit confirm medium to medium because it's the 3-frame buffer in the game. So I feel like it needs an execution barrier to separate the good players from the bad, even though some people say execution doesn't really make you good, but in reality, it really does. Because there's a lot of people who would have like amazing fundamentals, amazing anti-airs, but they'll drop every combo. And you're not going to win dropping every combo or doing like baby hits. So I feel like it needs an execution barrier, better online, and online training.
Online training.
Yeah. Online training.
Online training. I think that's really important. There's so many times I've wanted to just jump online with people who are good and just experiment around.
Yeah. Because there's a lot of stuff that is hard. Like you could do it, but it's hard to test. Like making a computer do it. It's really weird. Like in Street Fighter 5, Birdie's bingo, like his bullhead.
Yeah.
No, Ibuki. Ibuki. Like if you want to make Ibuki do a reversal 3-frame jab, a lot of times you just press it and it just makes it throw the kunais out.
Yes.
It's so hard.
It's the way it records. It's a bit bizarre.
It's so bad. They should just add online training rooms.
Yeah, those are some good ones. Those are some really good ones. All right, so we'll see if Capcom makes another fighting game. I think they're invested in esports, so I think they should be planning another fighting game right now, and maybe it's Street Fighter 6. Don't know. Talking of esports, how do you feel about where we're at right now? There's a lot. It's a big topic, right? There's a lot of people who are very salty about the way the FGC is developing. How do you feel about it? Do you feel like some things are going well, some things aren't? Like,
honestly,
what do you think?
I think esports now, like, are you saying like esports now compared to how it used to be, or just like esports?
Where it's at the moment, and where you think it's going? Like, do you feel like we're in a good place? Do you have things that you think could be done better?
Yeah, honestly, I think esports is in a good spot, especially with stuff like E-League. It really shows how much people actually care for the FGC and esports in general. For it to be like on TV, so much money, 150,000, getting noticed around. Like I remember I was just walking with Smug and some dude just came up to him and was like, "Hey, you was on TV, yeah." And they do it to Punk and stuff when we're all hanging out. So I honestly think it's is in a really good spot right now. You can even like make a living off of it if you're good enough, or even if you just play long enough.
That's true. That's true. So okay, so that's in a good spot for you. All right, so let me ask you this: what's your FGC unpopular opinion? I've been asking this to a lot of people.
My FGC unpopular opinion would be Akuma is really good, but people say it as if he's like brain dead. Like he's definitely top 5, but I feel like people are only going so hard on Akuma saying, oh my God, he's brain dead, he's broken, look at this damage, his demon setup, is because they watch too much Tokido. If you don't see any Akumas doing this, you got to think, if Tokido didn't exist, there would have been no Akuma winning E-League, no Akuma winning EVO, no Akuma winning ESL. So when people say all this is broken and stuff, like, yeah, it's broken, but it's mainly just Tokido, not as just like he's the only one doing it. It's more people who could do it, but it's gonna sound like contradicting, but he's actually like the only one doing it. Yeah.
No, it's true. I mean, I say this all the time. Basically, tier lists are kind of funny because they're based on the tier list is based on who's best with every character. Yeah. Really. Yeah. Like, and you know, you're right. If Tokido didn't exist,
like who would be the next?
Who would pick
Akuma?
up the mantle? Who would be the person
who would be that Akuma cooking Punk? Punk will probably still be the best. Like nobody would know. And I feel like tier lists are. It's not even made off what the characters can do in their tools anymore. It's made off like who wins the most. Like when people make a tier list and they say Akuma's #1, it's because they're saying Tokido's #1. When they say Manat is second, it's because Infiltration is beating everybody. If there was like a random dude who came out of nowhere this year and he won like 3 premieres with Jury and like 2 ranking events, people would definitely be saying Jury's top 5.
Yeah. Well, I just interviewed Smug. We were talking about Smug. I mean, like, Dudley was not on the map in Street Fighter 4 until he took it upon himself to pioneer Dudley. You know? Akuma, when he first came out in Street Fighter 5, a lot of people looked at Akuma in Street Fighter 5 and just went, like, it's kind of garbage, it sucks, whatever.
And then Tokido started doing good, and it was like, wow.
It took Tokido a while as well.
Yeah, Tokido was bad at first. Like, he wasn't bad, but he wasn't as good as he is now.
It took him a while to figure things out. And I think Tokido said a similar sort of thing in Street Fighter 4 about Ryu when he was asked about, you know, how good is Ryu, and he said it depends whether Daigo's playing or not. You know, like
it's like when people do tier lists nowadays, they're just ranking players. Like #1, if you say Akuma is #1, it's most likely either your character that's really bad versus Akuma, or you're just saying Tokido's #1. Because the top 5, I would just do it in like a letter list, like S, A, B, and I would just say Akuma, Manat, Gao, Ibuki, and like Cammy is just all S.
Well, that's the other way of looking at it, right? Is like you look at those characters and you go, if you can only find one person who's winning with that character and nobody else is winning with that character, then they're probably not as top tier. I mean, look, I'm not. I love Akuma, and I'm not being an apologist for it. But if you have like, you know, Cammy, for instance, right? You've got, you know, some of your teammates actually from Korea. You've got a few different people who are winning majors, you know, with Cammy, right? Which is a little bit different from like one person is winning with this character, and if you take that one person out of the mix, who's won a major with this character?
Yeah, nobody's won a major with Akuma besides Tokido. So I figure, and people also say like you can't use ease of use as a term to explaining why Cammy is so good. Because a lot of people say Cammy is like the best because she's so easy to play. And then people be like, you can't say she's the best because she's easy to play. And it's like, in reality, you can, because it's so many Cammys. It's like, she's that good because of how easy she is to play. She takes like maybe a month to actually start beating people with. Like Akuma, you could play him for a month, but you're not going to beat anybody good. But I know plenty of Cammys who have like played for like a month.
I remember the joke about Cammy was it took 5 minutes. Like I spent 5 minutes with Cammy in the training room. Anyway, we can talk about that forever as well because I love Akuma, and but I do agree with your sentiment, even though I'll probably get a lot of shit for it in the comments. So let me ask you. I'd love to ask you a lot more, but we only have a certain amount of time, so I've kind of cherry picked some stuff. But I would love to know, who do you look up to, like player wise?
When I played Necalli, it was definitely Haitani.
It was definitely Haitani.
Haitani. I think his name is Hikarin. I know his PSN or is Yuhi Hikali and Machabo. But when I started playing Akuma, I still like Itani, but Tokido definitely is the person I probably watch the most to learn stuff. Like I learned how to option select, somewhat of a fireball game, cross cuts. Even when I went to Japan, Tokido was like really helpful to me with like explaining things and what I should be doing with Akuma. I even played Tokido with Necalli in a set, and then I played Tokido in a set with Akuma, and then like we was talking afterwards, and he was like, you should play Akuma. He's more of like your play style or whatever. And like at first I was like, I'm not gonna play him. But when Tokido told me to play him, I was like, okay, maybe I should. Yeah. I was like, maybe I should give it a try or whatever. Yeah. So I started playing Akuma, and my results aren't too good right now, but eventually they'll get better.
I mean, yeah, he knows what he's talking about, that guy.
Like even today will probably be. I haven't been at any ranking events this year, only premieres, and I've gotten cooked. But this tournament, I can say, was like semi good. I beat Punk finally. I finally beat Punk in tournament after he beat me like 4 tournaments in a row last year. Yeah. So that's good.
How do your casuals normally go, you guys? Do you play a lot of casuals together?
We used to, but not as much anymore since he travels so much. Okay. So since he travels so much, it's hard to like, unless we're going to the same event, it's hard to play. Or I'll just stay at his house.
Yeah. But when you played casuals together, was he dominant or was it more?
Oh, yeah, he was definitely dominant.
Oh, he was?
Wait, okay. No. It was sometimes it was just like, I don't want to play the game no more because you keep beating me.
But good practice, right? Yeah. So when you went to play other people, it probably felt a little easier.
Yeah. Last year, I wasn't doing as good, and I couldn't anti-air. And I stayed at Punk's house for like a week or 2. And then I went to, I think, ECT maybe, and I just smoked everybody. Like, it was so bad. Like, I smoked Chris G. I finally beat Sean in tournament. Like, I beat everybody so bad. So I was like, okay, maybe this is really practice. Like, I'm losing at him, but I guess it must be helping my progress somehow.
That's happened to me. I mean, I don't play on your level at all, but like it's happened to me where I've had friends who I play online, and they just beat me and beat me and beat me and beat me and beat me, and then I'm afterwards they go do their thing, and I'm like, oh, let me just go into ranked real quick, and then all of a sudden I'm like, beating people in ranked.
Like you start beating,
yeah. So I think you know, it's just passive.
It's like progress without even noticing. Yeah, like you don't notice you're getting
because
better.
you're leveling up your defense. Like there are various things happening, and you start to take more advantage of your offense. You know, when you finally get in.
Yeah, and your defense is like I never really used to try to play footsies or like anti-air as much because I don't know, it just never happened. But when I played Punk, it was like, okay, I'm clearly not beating this dude because I'm letting him jump on me and I'm not playing footsies. So when I started actually always anti-airing him and playing neutral somewhat and blocking more, it's like, okay, I'm starting to get games. And then that transferred over to me playing against other people. And it was like, it was way easier because their offense wasn't as good as his. Yeah. Or they would jump too much and I would get a whole bunch of free damage. Their neutral would be worse. So it just transferred over to me like versus other people.
So talking of like, you know, Smug and Punk, like Smug, when I talk to Smug, I've always seen him as like a grinder, like somebody who works really hard. You know, even though he you know, messes around, I've watched him from way back at Next Level, and I seen him like grind against Sanford Kelly every single week, losing and then eventually overcoming that. I've seen him pioneer a character, seen him do some pretty amazing things, right? And you know, we had a conversation earlier, and he, you know, pretty much admitted how much work he puts in. Now, Punk is, you know, I've interviewed him a couple of times, but he's never really admitted to putting in much work. Is he when you play together, do you feel like he's a worker or he's more natural?
Honestly, it's more of natural talent. Like when I stayed at his house and stuff, he doesn't really play online, and when he does play online, he's like horrible online. Like he'll like lose like 10 matches in a row. Like he's horrible online. Like I'm saying, like last season when he was like he just won DreamHack Austin, and then I was staying at his house, and he couldn't beat like anybody online. But he just smoked like CN, Haitani. Like online, he's horrible, and he never really used his training room or anything. It's just he had really like a natural talent for like hit confirming and whiff punishing. I don't know how, but it was just he never practiced, but it was just always so good.
Interesting. That is interesting. Yeah, I want to talk to. Well, hopefully at some point I'll get to talk to him. You know, in the next year or so. You know. But I definitely want to talk to him because I feel like he is, on the outside looking in, I feel like he's gone from the natural to a point where he may have to put some work in.
Yeah, I feel like he got his overconfidence as to where like me knowing Punk like as a friend and stuff, I know he'll like whenever we would talk about people who's in his pool or whatever, he'd be like, "Oh, he sucks. I'm gonna beat him. You know, he's whack. I'm the best. I'm the alpha."
Yeah.
And then like this year he started losing to people. Even though last year he actually lost a lot in pools last year.
Yeah.
People don't realize it because he still somehow got top 8. Like he
had a lot of good losers runs.
Yeah, he had a lot of good losers runs. Like he still lost to like randoms or whatever last year. But now it's like he's losing to them and he isn't making top 8. So it's more noticeable.
Yeah. Yeah, it's very interesting, and I'd love to talk to him about it at some stage. But we're talking about you, so I want to ask you, a lot of people, you know, they look up at players like you and they go, all right, I want to be as good as this person. And you were there at some point, right? And they usually want to know, well, what's this guy doing? You know, you told us some of the stuff. Like, it feels like a lot of the way you got better was because of
my environment, like my friends and
friends.
Yeah.
It seems like more of a friends thing. It seems like you wanted to get to know these people. Like you wanted to get good, but you also wanted to communicate with people. So you wanted to like actively be like, can you help me get better? Is that fair? But I guess what I'm asking is, training. Do you have a training routine now? Do you have like a routine?
No,
how do you learn at the moment? How do you get better at the moment?
Every night before I go to sleep, this may sound like really weird, but every night before I go to sleep, I watch Tokido replays. There's an Akuma named Renta. I think his online name is like Ding Ring Ling Ling or something weird like that. I watch Haitani replays.
Yeah.
I watch a whole bunch of Akuma players and I watch to see how they do matchups. I look up like Akuma OSs for Street Fighter 5. I just watch like a lot of tech videos, and then the next time, like when I wake up, like I put this all in my notes, and then when I wake up, I go to the training room and practice it for myself. Like there was a Cammy OS, like you could parry her B reversal, and I seen Tokido doing it so much, and I was like, I wonder if he's reacting or if it's an OS. So I YouTubed Akuma parry OS, and then I found it. So then I went to sleep, I woke up, and I went to the training room, and then I practiced it and practiced it and practiced it, and it took a while, like, and it was easy to do in a training room, but I started doing it in real matches and it never really worked. But after a while, like I did it so much from practicing and trying it on people, it's like I could do it 100% now.
So okay, so you go to bed, you watch videos, you actually take physical notes.
Yeah.
That's important because people always want to know the details on training, and then you wake up and you take your notes and you go, all right, let me work on this. And then you implement it into your game, basically. Yeah,
like I'm not the type of person that's like, oh, I'm losing a Chun-Li like every tournament. Let me go play a Chun-Li like in a first 100. Like I'm not the type of person to do that. I'm more of like, okay, next time I see this guy in tournament, I have to beat him. So I try like really, really hard. Like I remember I always used to lose to Master Mike in tournament, like when I was really bad. And I was like, yeah, he played Fang, and I was like, I'm not going to go play a first to 10 with a Fang player online or something. I'm not going to ask Master Mike. So I tried really, really hard to beat him. And it's like, now it's like he never beats. It's like really rare for him to beat me now.
Isn't Master Mike the one that Punk beat with Necalli because of you?
Yeah. I told them to, and that's another, I'll tell my friends like, I'll tell them like, hey, you try to pick this character and beat them because Punk plays a lot of characters. So I was like, you pick, like he even picked the Necalli on Mike and Ike in grand final.
Oh, that's the one I'm thinking of. That's the one I'm thinking of.
And I remember that was because of you. Because I was like, I do bad versus lore, and he was like, it's easy for Necalli. So I was like, okay, you pick him and win, and then he picked him and won. I was like, you know, he shut me up. So, you know,
that was kind of funny. That was interesting.
But I started doing really good versus lores with Necalli, and I also play like my environment is really good. My local scene, like next level, is probably like the best thing ever.
Especially if you live in Brooklyn, because for me it's a nightmare to get back to there and back. But because of the way New York is, I'm in Astoria, Queens, so
going to your locals is so important because I met so many people. Like even Nemo and John Takeuchi came to NLBC. It's like going to your locals is so important. Like I've played IDOM, Smug, Punk comes, Nemo came, John Takeuchi, and it's like you just level up naturally. Like you won't notice you're leveling up. Like it'll be some weeks like you'll make it to top 3, and then next week you'll go like 0-2, but you're still leveling up. You just don't notice it. Even playing casuals with people, it's like you're still leveling up. So going to your locals is honestly like
but I think it's
the best way to get better.
To me, it seems like you're very consistent. Like you're talking about doing something before you go to bed and then waking up. I think a lot of stuff get your head. There's been, I mean, I remember watching a program about it where somebody was literally playing a video game and they slept and then they woke up and they were better at the video game because your brain
you start
figures
to remember
a few things out. Yeah. But yeah, locals for sure. I remember I actually interviewed Nemo and asked him about Next Level, and he was quite surprised that we don't go more often. Like it's only once a week. He actually thought that it was like more like daily, like more like an arcade that you could just go to.
No. Yeah, that's how it was when I went to Japan. It's like they have they have a daily thing and they have two main ones. One is on Wednesday and I think one is on Thursday. Akihabara is Esports Square is the one on Thursday, and that's where like it's like I don't know if they run a tournament there, but it's just a whole bunch of people there playing casuals. Like every time I went, I played MOV there. I played Tachikawa, Itazan, like they just all go there and practice. Fujimura plays too much, like ridiculously too much. Yeah, we went to like his house or the Udil house, whatever, the sponsor house, and it was Yukadon, Haitani, Daigo, and Tokido there. And when I tell you Yukadon does not drop the stick, he never stops playing. Like this was when Arcade Edition came out. And, you know, he was saying Ibuki wasn't that good, but he was still playing her and trying stuff out with V-Trigger too. And he was doing like, it was only out for like 2 days. And he was like anti-iron and doing crazy mix-ups. Like he never gets off. Like he stopped playing for like 30 minutes. Then I was like, I wonder where Yukadon went. Or Fujimura is his name now. And he just came back in the room with like snacks. Like he went to the store to get snacks and just started playing again. Like in a training room and ranked match. Like he plays in an insanely amount. But now I don't think he plays as much anymore though.
Well, I mean, it must be working because he's doing extremely well.
Well, maybe they was just playing as much, you know, because the game just came out. Because I talked to him in the stream recently. He said like 4 hours a day or something. But that's still a lot. Like a lot of people don't have 4 free hours to play every day. Yeah.
How many hours do you put in, do you think, when you add the watching and the playing?
Someday I definitely watch Street Fighter footage every day, but I don't play every day because online, I don't know if it's my internet or if it's just the online.
No, I think it's a complaint that a lot of people have, but
it's so laggy that it worsens me. So it'd be days that I don't play online, or I'll invite Knuckle on like one of his 1 million secret accounts and we'll play, or I'll invite Smug or somebody. So yeah. Other than that, I don't really like playing.
Are you playing Fortnite with those guys?
Yeah.
You are as well?
Yeah, Fortnite.
We had on Smug, in the Smug interview, we had the 10-year-old.
Oh yeah, he lost to a 10-year-old.
No, he lost 10-year-old won the tournament.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It was wild. You guys good?
We're not good like the good people.
Who's the best?
Me, I'm average, but the best out of like me, Smug, Punk, and everybody, Do is the worst.
Dude's the worst?
Do is definitely the worst.
That surprises me.
The best would probably be between Smug and Punk. I know, I was so surprised that Smug did good at Ely because he never plays Street Fighter anymore. He only plays Fortnite. He actually does not come to NLBC anymore because he wants to stay home and play Fortnite. Like, he doesn't even come to the local to play Street Fighter. He actually, like, I say go to your locals to get better, but he don't come anymore because he wants to play Fortnite.
Obviously, something's working because E-League was...
Smug is pretty amazing. The order will probably go like them top 2, then I guess like me. Shine got cooked a lot when we played with him, and Knuckle Do is just, if it ain't Gal, it ain't for him. All right?
So you guys, do you guys have any secret plans to get good at Fortnite because there's $100 million worth of prizes, or are you just? I'm just addicted.
Yeah, it's just like a fun hobby. And I think it's so fun to play because Street Fighter 5's online is so bad. It's like you can't have fun playing the game you want to play online, so you might as well play another game. Yeah.
Gotcha. You play any other games?
I'm really good at Call of Duty. Like me and Hook.
I love Call of Duty.
I was talking to Hook Gang God because Hook Gang God claims he's really good at Call of Duty.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So when Black Ops 4 comes out, I'm definitely gonna carry him, and we're gonna see who's better because my KD was like 3.7. And he didn't want to show me his KD because, you know, it's probably negative, but...
What's yours?
3.7.
Yeah, because I remember Hook said the same thing to me. I interviewed him and he said his KD was good, and then he told me what it was, and I didn't say anything at the time, but I was like, That's not that good.
Yeah, I think he said his KD was
It's
like
like
1.2.
Yeah.
Get out of here. You ain't good. It was like, I can see if you say your win-loss is bad because you probably play by yourself and your teammates suck.
I mean, like, look, mine's probably something similar to that, right? It's not brilliant. Sometimes you feel good, but like a KD of like 2 and over is more likely.
2 and a high is like, it shows you good. Like, if you have a 2-point KD, even like anywhere in the 2s, it's like, okay, you're good. But when you get like a 3-point KD, 4-point KD,
that's
like,
crazy.
Yeah, like, bro,
that's wild.
You just cooking a lot.
You're the people. You're the guy who's getting all the kill streaks, basically. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that too. Actually, that game, and also they're gonna have like a battle royale, which is gonna be interesting.
I'm not so much interested in the battle royale.
Apparently that's gonna be vertical. So it's gonna have a number of floors. So it's going to be quite interesting because you have people running up and down stairs and stuff. At least one of the stages is fairly vertical, apparently.
Yeah. So, I'm looking forward to that. Halo, I played Halo a lot. Like before I played,
I never got into Halo, but it's a big game in the US.
Before I got into like the FGC or whatever, all I played was like shooter games. Like I played fighting games casually, but my main games was like Modern Warfare 2, normal Modern Warfare. Halo 3, I didn't play 2. I was too young. I'm only 20. Like I just turned 20 recently. My first Halo was 3, Halo Reach, Halo 4. I played Gears of War 2, 3, 4. Like I played like so many shooters, and I'm pretty good at all of them. But my best, I'm definitely is Call of Duty.
So you haven't thought about like, I mean, why do you play fighting games as opposed to like why did you ever think about trying to go serious into any of those games?
Honestly, I became pro or whatever at Street Fighter by like accident because it's gonna sound like a really sad story, but I got kicked out of my place and my parents had like kicked me out or whatever, and I was living with my friend Kerry, and luckily I had a friend that would let me stay with him or whatever.
Yeah.
So I was living at his place, and it was like days where I didn't work. School was over and I didn't work. It was like summer, and I was just always in their house. And like his mom would come home, and I would hear his mom complain to him like, he's always in the house. School, like why doesn't he try to get a job?
That's a really hard situation.
Yeah. So it was kind of like tough. And so I remember I was talking to Smug, and I just started going to Next Level every week just to get out because I knew by the time she came home, so I would leave, go to Next Level, just to be out the house. To be out the house, so they won't have to like
alleviate.
See me there. So they could just have like their own family time. So I started going to Next Level like every week and every week and every week and every week, and then I got better and better. And then my first major was KIT, and I got top 8. And then I just started doing better and better and better and better and better. I think that's what motivated me to get better because I was like, I'm not really in a good position right now. So
that's why it ended up being Street Fighter.
Yeah. If it was a Halo, I mean, I probably wouldn't have went to the Halo local. It was just luckily that I had a friend like Smug or whatever who went to the Street Fighter local. So I was like, okay, I'll just go here, hang out with him or whatever. Sometimes we wouldn't even go straight home after NLBC or whatever. So it was mainly like I became good by accident, to be honest. Sounds like a sad story, but yeah.
Do you talk to your parents?
Oh yeah, I'm back with my parents now.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, that's good. Sorry, I couldn't leave that on a bad note. I kind of wanted to hear the...
Yeah, I'm back with them now. It was at one point I didn't tell them what I did, like or whatever. Like I would always just leave the house and like come home late because I was still going to the Next Level, but I didn't want to tell them or whatever. And I told them now. I would always travel. Like I've been to Puerto Rico, Tennessee, Texas, Atlanta.
Yeah,
I've been to all these areas before telling them. Like I would just leave the house, and they didn't know. And the first time I told them I ever left the state or whatever, even though I've been to like Canada and everywhere, was Evo Japan. I was like, hey, I'm going to Japan or whatever. My sponsor sending me there, and it was like, really or whatever. And they was like, they were surprised, they was proud and stuff like that. So Evo Japan was the first time I told them I've traveled. And ever since Evo Japan, I tell them like basically everywhere where I'm going.
Did they want you to do something else? Did they have something? Did they, it sounds like you hid the gaming from them for a while.
Yeah, my mom.
Did she want you to be doing something?
She wanted me to go to college, but I don't really like school. And not like I'm dumb or anything. It's just really boring to me. And it's like, nowadays you don't, going to college or whatever it is, it doesn't really get you a good job
There's no guarantees.
Yeah, there's no guarantee.
No.
Most nowadays it's just more about knowing somebody. And my dad, he didn't really care if I went to like college or whatever. He just wanted me to be able to survive because he was like, we're not going to be around forever or whatever.
Okay.
So he was like, as long as you get a work or some type of income or whatever the case may be, he just looked out for like the well-being of me. So yeah, that's about that. My mom was the only one who really wanted me. She was like, go be a doctor or this and that, and it's like. That's like 8 years. They're like, chill out. Nobody's doing all that. Yeah, nobody's doing all that.
Well, I mean, it's great that you're doing what you're doing right now. Yeah. And this is also, opens up a lot of avenues in regards to contacts, networking, traveling.
Yeah.
It's amazing. All right. So talking of traveling, there's a certain amount of pressure, which comes with traveling and competing and being sponsored. How do you deal with pressure? Are you fine with it, or does it get to you?
Last year, I wasn't like we're at Defender North right now and ran by City. And last year, I was on his team, Pi. Smug was also on it. Yeah, okay. I was on his, but it wasn't like a real sponsor or whatever. So I never really felt like pressured to do good or whatever, because it was either he sent me or I sent myself. It wasn't like a thing. So I never really felt pressured. It's like if I did bad, it's just it's my money. So it's like, oh well. And I'll just try again next time. But when I got sponsored, I felt a lot more pressure because it's like, I don't want to waste their money or, go and get cooked. And they're like, we shouldn't have sponsored him or something like that, which, you shouldn't think about it like that. But, it's the thoughts that goes through any player that's sponsored head. Like, you do bad at a couple tournaments, you're definitely thinking like, yeah, my sponsors is probably like, it's not the best time for him. Yeah.
Even there's like the curse as well,
Yeah. Especially for me, it just happens that I switched characters. I decided that I was going to switch characters this season when they sponsored me. So it's like my results dramatically dropped. So it's like, the thought is always in the back of my head or whatever. But, I'm just going to keep playing.
Keep grinding.
Yeah, no matter what, I'm going to keep
just
playing.
Just got to do what you can control the things that you can control and just focus on that, basically. Talking of focus, it's my lovely segue into mind games. I just want to ask you about mind games because you're part of that crew, right? You're part of the guys who used to do a lot of teabagging and taunting and like before every match would like pretend to, refuse each other's handshakes and mess with each other and all that sort of stuff. Punk, one of your best friends in the fighting game community, and NuckleDu, these guys, pioneered for a little while a lot of that in-game taunting. How do you think about mind games? Like, I'm sure you've been subjected to it by those guys, and I'm sure, and I suspect you've probably done it yourself. I don't know.
I do it online. Actually, I did it one time in tournament. It was last year at CEO, and I was playing a Ken player. And when I tell you, this guy was so random. Like, he beat me the first game. And
Ken players online are the most random players.
Yeah, and he cooked me. He was so random. Like, he beat me the first game, so I beat him the second game. And then the third game, I stunned him. It was like, for the last hit, I stunned him. And then I teabagged him and killed him. And then I looked at him, and I was like, damn, I shouldn't have teabagged him. It was like, I just did it out of like, I don't know. I didn't think about doing it. I just did it.
You just did it?
Yeah,
because you were salty?
Maybe? Yeah, I was so salty that
he was angry?
Yeah, he was just so random.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I teabagged, and then like I shook his hand and stuff after, and I was like, damn, I'm a dick. I was like, I didn't have to teabag that guy. It was so unnecessary. And but yeah, for me, if somebody teabags me, it's like, I don't really care. It's like,
you don't care?
Yeah, it's like, it's nothing to me. I don't lose health or anything. It doesn't matter to me. I remember talking to Du. I know Du said he does it because, he thinks it's like a mind game or something like that. And as for Punk, I think that guy's just a dick. I think he just does it. He's just a dick. There's no way to put it.
Yeah. And what about like do you feel like there are players in the community who play mind games, big mind games outside of the game to put their opponent off before they see them at tournament?
No, I would, the only people like that really do anything is like the American players with the teabagging and stuff. Like the Asian players don't really have personalities or like anything. So it's like, they're just really good. Like they don't teabag us or anything. Like the only one who actually shows emotion is Ada. Like when he was at A-League.
He does show a lot of emotion, yeah.
But the rest of them is just like, super straight faced and playing, or like Daigo sleeping on the floor somewhere. And other than that, it's like
that's true.
Really,
he does sleep in a lot of weird
places. They don't
places.
really show personality or anything.
Yeah. All right. So I wanted to ask you about Cody, because that's the new character, right? Any thoughts? Like, are you interested in that character? Like,
me personally, I'm not interested in him because I actually only really like top tier characters. As crazy as that sounds, it's like I don't want to play any mid tier character, which is another reason why I dropped Necalli. Like Necalli's still top tier, but I wanted better, so I play like Akuma, like Cammy now, like a mixture of both of them. It's just I'm not interested in any character that isn't going to like dominate most of the cast, because it's like, why would I want to struggle, especially as big as it is now? It's like, if you want to be known, you know, or get people respect, you're not going to get people's respect or be known, get sponsored and stuff for playing Alex. Like, you get cool points or whatever for playing Alex, saying, hey, I command grab loot this guy. Like, nobody cares. Like,
yeah,
you command grab loot them and you're most likely going to lose your next match.
Well, actually, the only thing you get is cool points.
Yeah. That's
like,
probably,
you don't make a living.
Yeah,
you
get people on Twitter saying, "Oh my God, this is Alex." You know, he did four heavy punches on block. Wow, it's so cool.
Yeah.
It's like nobody really cares. That's why like the Asian players most of them all play top tier, because it's like, why would I want to play a low or mid tier character? Like Momochi is the only one, but I don't think he does it out of like for cool points or anything. I think he just genuinely likes the characters. Like, he loves Ken.
He does really like Cody, yeah.
Yeah, he loves Ken. He likes Cody. I don't know what made him play Colleen. I guess Ken was too bad.
I actually asked him. I forget what his answer was.
Yeah. Even showing that they don't care about what people think or winning cool points is Daigo switching from Ryu. Like, if he wanted cool points or people to like, oh my God, he plays Ryu, is like, he would have stuck with Ryu, but he definitely realized, like, why would I want to play a mid-tier character or whatever? So he went to Gao. It's like, nobody, the points don't.
That was a struggle for him, though. He actually got pretty depressed when Ryu got nerfed after season 1.
Yeah, it sucks, but it's like, you got to get over it eventually.
Yeah. Well, he's doing all right at the moment anyway. So I want to talk more generally, I guess. Is there, do you have like a life quote or mantra that you live by? Like, maybe when things are tough?
I actually have 2 quotes that I really like. One is from my friend Dr. Claw online, a Vega player, and he always used to say this, and nobody knows why. He always used to be like, he who wants the fruit must climb the tree. And I have no idea what that means, but it was just so funny, so I just like it.
He who wants the fruit?
Yeah.
Must not.
Yeah, it just sounds like it has a deep meaning. Like, when you say it, it's like, man, I understand it, but I can't explain it. Like, I don't know why. It's like, if you want something, you have to go and get it, basically.
That's it.
Yeah.
You understand it.
Yeah, it's like,
it's not that deep, but it
just sounds so cool. It's like, the
it's
way
true,
it's
though.
worded,
There's a lot of people
cool.
who go through life, and some people get handed things, and they don't actually understand that a lot of people just go out and get what they
And there's one more quote. I actually have it on my phone. It's from an anime from Full Metal Alchemist. It's called from Roy Mustang, and it says, "The power of one man doesn't amount to much." And I really like that quote because I don't think anybody can change anything really on their own. Like, I feel like you need a group of people or some type of support if you want to get something done. So that quote really stuck with me. That's like one of my favorite animes, and he's like one of my favorite characters. So
that's gonna stick with me.
Yeah,
because,
that quote really stuck
because
with me.
I tend to do a lot of shit on my own, and I've realized that in order to grow, I need
you need support.
I need other people.
Yeah.
I like that a lot. That's really cool. So let me ask you another random question. Is there anything in your life, and I think I know the answer. In fact, I meant to ask you, but whatever. Is there anything in your life that you can't live without? Is there anything that you're addicted to?
Music. If anybody sees me, they always see me walk around the venue with headphones in 24/7. Sometimes I'm honestly not even listening to something, but it's like I listen to so much music that I always forget to take my headphones out.
I've seen it.
Yeah, and
I did an interview with Punk, and he does the same thing now, but he literally he forgot to take his head. I don't know if he forgot or if I couldn't even tell if he was listening to music or not, but he had his headphones in.
Yeah, it's music, and fashion. I really like clothes. Like,
okay.
Yeah, like clothes a lot. Like even these are Bape shorts.
Yeah.
You know, I'm gonna promote Bape right now. Shout outs to Bape, hit me up. These Off-White Prestos, you know,
Yeah.
shout out to Off-White. But yeah, it would definitely be fashion and music. Those would be like my two things I can't live without.
All right, so tell me, what should people be listening to right now?
I'm gonna just tell you the recently added songs on my playlist that I've been bumping. It's a dude named Jay Park. He's like a K-pop dude. My sponsor would probably be like that. Jinhee, she loves, she loves K-pop. Yeah, she loves BTS like that. I'm not gonna lie, she put me onto a couple of their songs. Like I actually have one of the songs that she put me onto called DNA. That song is ridiculous. The song is moist.
It's BTS DNA.
Yeah, BTS DNA. Chief Keef, he just dropped like a mixtape or album. I don't really like him as much, but he got a couple songs. A song by Troye Sivan, or I think his name, called My. Oh, I love Two Door Cinema Club.
Okay.
Yeah, they're good. The Neighborhood. It's so many. Linkin Park, Wiz Khalifa, Juice WRLD. I love Lil Uzi, Lil Pump. I listen to like anything, like on anything, as long as it's good. Like I don't care about the genre or whatever it is, as long as it's good.
How does it make you? Because I'm not really into music that much. And I know people like you, and I got friends like you, who just can't live without music. Like, what is music at the best of times? What does music do for you?
It's like it puts you in like a different mindset. Like you feel like not only do you feel like you're them or whatever, but you just, I don't know, it's just you're not you for a minute. Like you forget all your distractions, what you're worried about. Like say for instance, like your cat died or like something random like that, and then like you're sad about it, and then like a week later you're listening to music, and it's like you completely forgot for that moment while you're like in your room dancing around and stuff. You completely forgot that your cat died.
Yeah.
And then it's like when you stop listening, it's like, damn, my cat died.
So do you gotta stop saying that, because I got a cat and I'm really worried now. Then it sounds like a bad omen. But so do you listen to a track before you play important matches?
No, it kind of messes me up. Today I actually listened to music while playing, only because it was so loud that I couldn't hear it anyway. So it was like, I might as well just listen to music. But if I have if I could put headsets to hear the game, I would. But a lot of times I don't.
But not during the game. Like, do you ever have one to pump you up before playing? Do you ever do that?
No, that happens to me a lot. Like when I'm in my house, like I'll listen to a song, and then like as soon as the song finishes, like y'all want to go on rank match and cook some people. I should actually start listening to music before tournaments, but I've never done it like offline. I've never had a song that's like,
see, because that could be your thing. Yeah. Like Taquito's got meditation, and you could be the guy.
Yeah, I never thought about that. It happens to me at home a lot, but I've never listened to a song like before a match offline.
Fair enough. Now, let me ask you this: if you weren't a pro gamer, I mean, you talked about you said you kind of came into this by accident. Do you know what you would be doing if you weren't a pro gamer?
Believe it or not, I tried music, but I never really like finished. Like this sound like really like corny or whatever, but I went to the studio. You know who actually came with me to the studio? Smug. Smug was at the studio with me, and I tried rapping. I still have like the clip of the song or whatever it was on my phone, but it's just like it was so expensive because I didn't work, so I didn't really have money. And the studio session, I think I paid like $200 for like 4 hours or something like that. So it was like, yeah, I'm not gonna keep paying $200, and then I probably won't get my money back or get big when I could just pay $20 at next level. Just hang with my friends and stuff. So,
what type of music were you trying to make?
I guess rap. Anything that sounded good. Yeah. But I generically rap because I guess it's the easiest to start off with if you can't sing or whatever. So rapping is like the easiest.
You ever gonna release that clip?
God, no. It was awful. It was so awful. It was like me and Smug listen to it sometimes, and like we just make fun of it. It was like, God, it was so bad. So yeah, I never. Even though people say, you look like a rapper, you look like Snoop Dogg, Travis Scott.
I saw you complaining about that on Twitter.
Yeah,
you said somebody was talking out loud, calling you a bumble rapper or something.
Yeah, it's like I don't care if people say it, and it's just, I probably wouldn't do music. I don't know. It's just my friend works at Target. I'll probably just go to like work at a job that my friends work at, or something like that.
Yeah, you seem very friend oriented, and that's cool, man. I think that's a really, I want to say like. Like having good, close friends is important to your. I'm always talking about welfare, I guess, because I'm a bit older than everybody else. But like, I think it's important, and I think it's really interesting the way you came in to fighting games that way. I think that's pretty awesome. Okay, I guess that's pretty. We've gone on for a while, so I'm gonna sort of cut it off now, I think, and just end it. And I wanted to ask you if there's anything you wanted to say to people out there who follow you, or your team, or what have you. Any last words?
You guys should all follow me on Twitter, of course. At what is Kami? If you don't know how to spell what or is, I don't know, it's your problem. Kami is Kami. My Twitch is also the same. What is Kami? I'm gonna be streaming a lot more. Hopefully, I'm trying to get a PC or a laptop or something so I can stream more. Because honestly, I like streaming and talking to people. And shout outs to like Smug for teaching me how to play. My friends Kerry letting me stay. I also got into the FGC. Shout outs to Punk. I cooked you today. After you cooked me like 3 tournaments last year. But shout out to Punk. He also really helped me in a lot of ways. He's flown me out to so many tournaments last year that I couldn't go to. So, big shout outs to him. Him and Smug are like, honestly, I know I bring them up a lot, but they're honestly like
Actually, I wanted to ask you, I'm going to ask you a bonus question, just because Smug is, Punk is playing a lot of different fighting games at the moment. Are you interested in any of the other fighting games, like Dragon Ball? Do you play that?
No, I played them. I just don't enter them at tournaments. Like,
okay.
I've played with like cooking and stuff, and like, I'm like one of the, like in DBZ, it's like a pink card. I guess when like you're really good, like I have pink card and stuff.
Yeah.
I played Injustice too, but I just never entered them at tournaments.
Are you thinking about it? Do you, no?
No. I'd rather sleep.
Huh?
I'd rather sleep because like,
I'd rather sleep.
Yeah, because I remember I was talking to Justin one time, and it was like, I got to wake up at like 8 a.m. because I got to play Street Fighter 2, then Third Strike, then 5, then 4, then I got to play. I was like, bro, you're like, what are you doing? Go to sleep. Like, it's not that serious. Yeah, it's like, I'll definitely just stick with 5. Unless Persona comes out, because that was I dropped Street Fighter 4 for Persona 4 Ultimax. Yeah. And that became like my favorite game ever. So if they ever make like a Persona 5 Ultimax, I would definitely play that.
Have you ever played Hook at Persona?
No. But we always talk about it, and he plays Teddy. I played Minazuki and Narukami. And man, I wonder if there's a Persona set up here, because I definitely want to cook him. I
think you guys need to play that game.
He's been talking hot for a minute. We should make like a YouTube video of like me versus him in Persona or something.
Yeah, money match him.
Yeah,
Money match him in Persona. Money match him at Anime Evo.
Anime Evo? Where? Is that during the same time as normal Evo?
Yeah. I think it's the same time.
Oh, he's done. I'm definitely going to cook him.
I think you should money match him, get in contact with whoever runs Anime Evo, and make it a thing.
He's done. He's getting cooked. I will actually go and buy a PS4 just to practice that game. He'll actually get cooked.
You heard it here first. Persona 4 money match. All right. Well, listen, it has been an absolute pleasure.
Big fan?
Big fan. And I'm really happy that you're with UYU. I think they're a great team. And I wish you all the luck in the future. I can't wait to see you at Evo and see what damage you do. Probably be cooking Punk again, I'm sure.
Hopefully.
And we're going to say goodbye to these guys. So see you guys.
All right. See ya. Big fan.
Big fan.